Hey everybody, this is Unit 4, Formative 1, multiplying exponents. Alright, when you multiply exponents, when you multiply bases with the same exponent, the first thing you need to look for is that they actually have the same base. So in other words, that the base of x or 2 or whatever it may be looks the same or is the same. If that is the case, then all you do is take the exponents and you add them together and put it on the same base. So you take x, one of the x's, and then you just add the exponents together. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples here. We see that we have 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 2nd times 3 to the 0. Now all of the bases are the same here, and the base would be 3 in this case. So we're just going to take 3 and we're going to take the exponents and add them together. So 4 plus 2 plus 0. That gives me 3 to the 6th power. And if you go ahead and put that in your calculator, 3 times 3, 6 times, or 3 to the 6th power, you're going to get 729. Alright, number 2. So your base in this case would be negative 2, and it's the same in all of them. So you can change this to be negative 2, in parentheses, all to the negative 6 plus 4 plus negative 3. So you're just adding all the exponents together. So that gives you then negative 2, all to the negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2, negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5. And now we have a negative exponent, so we need to get rid of it just like we did in the past. So we're going to put it over 1 and then put negative 2 to the positive 5th power in the bottom and put 1 on top. And then negative 2 to the 5th power is going to be negative 32, because you take negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 5 times, and so you get 1 over negative 32 as your answer. Alright, for these ones they look a little bit different because there are no numbers, but they're actually a little bit easier because you don't need to worry about simplifying in the end. So the base in this case is x, and it's the same, so all you have to do is take x to the 3 plus 7, so you get x to the 10th. Now most of you I expect to be able to do a problem like that in your head. You don't need to actually write out this middle step if you don't want to. While you're getting used to it, it might be a good idea to, but once you get good at it, you don't have to. Alright, the next problem, we have a 6m to the negative 2nd times 2m to the negative 5th. Well, the first thing you want to do is actually multiply the 6 and 2 together, because you can do that. They're the same, they're both constants, so you get 12. And then my base is m, so I'm just going to add the two exponents, negative 2 plus negative 5. So you get 12m to the negative 7th. And same thing as before, we don't leave negative exponents, so put this over 1. And the 12 stays on top because the exponent would be a 1. And the m to the 7th moves to the bottom. Alright, these next ones are very similar, except now we're working with two different variables. Okay, so we're going to multiply the negative 5 and 2 again to give me negative 10. And then we're going to put the x's together. So there's a 3 and a 4, so we have 3 plus 4. And then we're going to put the y's together, so we have 2 plus 7. Okay, x's and y's cannot go together, but the x's can go together and the y's can go together. So that gives me negative 10, x to the 7th, y to the 9th. And there are no negative exponents, so you are done. Alright, number 6. Same concept. You're going to take negative 2 times negative 4 to give you positive 8. Then we're going to put our x's together, so we have 4 and negative 1, so we're going to take 4 plus negative 1, and then we're going to put our y's together, so we have y to the negative 2 plus negative 5, and now we just simplify here, so we have 8x, 4 plus negative 1 is 3, and negative 2 plus negative 5 is negative 7. Now we have a negative exponent, so we need to get rid of it. And put this over 1. And the only thing that needs to move is the y's. So on top you're going to have 8x to the third over y to the positive 7th. And there would be your answer. So this whole thing right here simplifies to just this. Alright, did you know a snail can sleep for 3 years without having to eat? Alright, and our 2 last problems here. These are 2 scientific notations, and we're multiplying them together. So we're going to take the 3 times the 4 to give me 12 times, and then we're going to add the bases together. So 10 to the 14th. So that's all you have to do when you're multiplying scientific notations together. You just multiply the 2 constants, so 3 times 4, and then you add the 2 exponents on the 10s. Okay, well 12 is not between 1 and 10, so we need to change it to be between 1 and 10, so 1.2. And now just like we did in the video last night, the 12 got smaller by 1 decimal place, so this needs to get bigger by 1 decimal place, so it becomes a 15. Okay, and the reason why we did that last step is because 12 is not between 1 and 10, so we have to change it. Okay, in number 8 now, same concept. You're going to take 5.6 times 3.2, and you're going to get 17.92, and then you're going to add your exponents to get 10 to the negative 11th. Okay, 17.92 is not between 1 and 10, so you have to change it to 1.792. Now this got 1 decimal place smaller, so again this has to get 1 decimal place bigger, so it's going to become negative 10. Remember, negative 10 is bigger than negative 11. And there is your video on multiplying exponents. Make sure you took good notes and you understood the video. We will see you later.